Welcome to Peak Selects. Playing in a World Cup requires speed, fitness and the ability to perform under enormous pressure. For most footballers, reaching the tournament in their late 30s is already exceptional. But a small group continued even longer. This ranking is based on each player's age during his final World Cup appearance. Following the 2026 tournament, several active legends entered the all-time top 10. Number 10. Edin Dzeko, 40 years and 106 days. We begin with Bosnia and Herzegovina's greatest goalscorer, Edin Dzeko. Dzeko was already 40 when he helped Bosnia return to the World Cup in 2026. His final appearance came in the knockout round against the United States, when he was 40 years and 106 days old. The Americans won the match 2-0, but Dzeko established a new record that night. He became the first outfield player aged 40 or older to appear in a World Cup knockout match. That distinction matters because the majority of players on this list are goalkeepers. Goalkeepers usually cover less distance and can often extend their careers longer than players operating outfield. Dzeko was different. Even at 40, he was battling defenders, holding up the ball and leading his country's attack. His record as the oldest outfield player in a knockout game would not last long, but becoming the first was still a major achievement. Number 9. Dino Zoff, 40 years and 133 days. Dino Zoff did not simply play at a World Cup after turning 40. He captained his country to the trophy. The Italian goalkeeper was 40 years and 133 days old when Italy faced West Germany in the 1982 final. After a goalless first half, Italy took control and won 3-1. Zoff then lifted the World Cup as captain, becoming the oldest player ever to win the tournament. His age was not the only remarkable part of the story. Italy had started the competition slowly, drawing all three of their first-round matches. They then eliminated Argentina, Brazil and Poland before defeating West Germany in the final. Zoff played every minute and produced one of the tournament's defining saves against Brazil. His performance proved that experience could still decide matches at the highest level. Number 8. Peter Shilton, 40 years and 292 days. Peter Shilton represented England at the 1990 World Cup in Italy. By the end of the tournament, he was 40 years and 292 days old. His final appearance came in the third-place match against the host nation. England lost 2-1 and finished fourth, but it was still the country's best World Cup performance since winning the competition in 1966. Shilton had also played in England's dramatic semi-final against West Germany. The match ended 1-1 before England were eliminated on penalties. The Italy match became Shilton's 125th and final international appearance. At the time, that was an England record. He retired from international football after the tournament but continued playing at club level for several more years. Number 7. Luka Modric, 40 years and 296 days. Luka Modric entered the list at the 2026 World Cup. The Croatian midfielder was 40 years and 296 days old when Croatia faced Portugal in the knockout stage. Modric was still directing Croatia's midfield against opponents considerably younger than him. His passing, positioning and ability to control the pace of matches remained central to the team. However, Portugal won 2-1 and eliminated Croatia. The game was especially significant because Modric faced Cristiano Ronaldo, his former Real Madrid teammate. Both were over 40 and playing what appeared to be their final World Cup. Modric had already taken Croatia to the 2018 final and helped them finish third in 2022. His longevity completed one of the most sustained international careers of the modern era. Unlike most names on this list, he achieved his place as an outfield player. Number 6. Guillermo Ochoa, 40 years and 346 days. Guillermo Ochoa became a familiar figure at World Cups long before entering this ranking. The Mexican goalkeeper was included in his sixth World Cup squad in 2026 and made his final appearance at 40 years and 346 days old. Ochoa developed a reputation for producing some of his best performances during World Cups. His display against Brazil in 2014 remains one of the most memorable goalkeeping performances of that tournament. He later represented Mexico in 2018 and 2022, saving Robert Lewandowski's penalty in Qatar. By 2026, Ochoa was no longer the athletic young goalkeeper first selected in 2006. But his experience, reactions and understanding of major tournament pressure continued to make him valuable. His final appearance moved him above several legendary goalkeepers, including Peter Shilton and Dino Zoff. Number 5. Pat Jennings, 41 years. Northern Ireland goalkeeper Pat Jennings made his final World Cup appearance on his 41st birthday. The match took place against Brazil during the 1986 tournament in Mexico. Jennings faced a Brazilian team containing players such as Socrates, Kerka and Josimar. Northern Ireland lost 3-0, bringing both their tournament and Jennings' international career to an end. He finished with 119 appearances for Northern Ireland, an extraordinary total for that era. For decades, Jennings remained one of only a few footballers to appear in a World Cup match after turning 40. His record stood particularly high because he was exactly 41 years old when he played his final game. Number 4. Cristiano Ronaldo, 41 years and 151 days. Cristiano Ronaldo became the fourth oldest player in World Cup history during the 2026 tournament. His final appearance came against Spain at 41 years and 151 days old. Portugal were eliminated after a late Spanish goal, but Ronaldo had already established several records during the competition. He became the first male player to score at 6 different World Cups, having previously found the net in 2006, 2010, 2014, 2018 and 2022. Against Croatia in the previous round, he also became the oldest outfield player to appear and score in a World Cup knockout match. Playing as a forward at 41 made his achievement different from most of the names above him. He was still expected to sprint, compete physically with defenders and provide goals. Ronaldo could not finish his World Cup career with the trophy, but he moved into a position on this list that no modern outfield player had previously reached. Number 3. Roger Milla, 42 years and 39 days. Roger Milla became one of the World Cup's most recognizable figures during Cameroon's historic run in 1990. 4 years later, he returned for another tournament at the age of 42. His final World Cup match came against Russia in 1994. Cameroon lost 6-1, with Oleg Salenko scoring 5 times. But Milla still made history. After entering the match as a substitute, he scored Cameroon's only goal. At 42 years and 39 days old, he became, and remains, the oldest goalscorer in World Cup history. Milla was more than 2 years older than Dino Zoff had been during the 1982 final. Although the match ended in a heavy defeat, his goal created a record that even Cristiano Ronaldo could not break in 2026. Number 2. Farid Mondragon, 43 years and 3 days. Colombian goalkeeper Farid Mondragon briefly held the overall record during the 2014 World Cup. Colombia were leading Japan 3-1 when Mondragon was brought on during the closing minutes of their group stage match. He was 43 years and 3 days old. Colombia scored once more and won 4-1. Allowing Mondragon to leave the field as part of a historic victory. The appearance moved him above Roger Milla and made him the oldest player in World Cup history at the time. It was also an emotional moment for a player whose first World Cup had come 16 years earlier, in 1998. Mondragon held the record for 4 years before another goalkeeper surpassed him in Russia. Number 1. Assam El Hadary, 45 years and 161 days. The oldest player ever to appear in a FIFA World Cup is Egypt's Assam El Hadary. El Hadary was 45 years and 161 days old when Egypt faced Saudi Arabia in their final group match at the 2018 tournament. He was not simply given a ceremonial appearance. During the first half, he saved a penalty from Fahad Al Muallad. Saudi Arabia later received another penalty and eventually won the match 2-1 with a goal deep into stoppage time. Despite the defeat, El Hadary's performance proved that he was still capable of competing at the highest level. He surpassed Mondragon's previous record by more than 2 years. Even after the unusually veteran-heavy 2026 World Cup, no player came close to his mark. A footballer would need to remain internationally competitive until almost 46 to break it. From Dzeko leading an attack at 40 to El Hadary saving a World Cup penalty at 45, these players pushed their careers far beyond the normal limits of elite football. Which record do you think will survive longer? El Hadary as the oldest player, or Roger Milla as the oldest goalscorer? Subscribe to Peak Selects for more football rankings and stories.